He that starts a career with authority does not retire with authority. Welcome to another episode, and we begin section 4 of chapter 33, Surah Al-Ahzab of the Holy Quran. Section 4 begins with sign 28. Namshi, let's go. Ya ayyuhal Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu kul li aswajika. O prophet, Ya ayyuhan nabi, say to thy consort aswajika, in kuntunna to read, in kuntunna to readna al hayawatul dunya. Sorry, in kuntunna to readna al hayawati adunya wazinaha. Let's stop at zinaha. If it be that you desire the life of this world, hayawatul dunya, and its glitter, zinaha, fata'a fata'alina fata'alina amti ankunna fata'alina ummati akunna fata'alina ummati kunna wa isrihunna sarahan jamilan. Then come, then come, fata'alina, then come. I will provide you for your enjoyment. Umati ikunna. I will enjoy for your enjoyment. Wa asrihukunna, and set you free. Asrihukunna, siraran jamilan, and I will set you free in a handsome manner. In a handsome manner. Sarahan jamilan, in a handsome manner. The note to it is 3706. 3706. I hope I did 05. I think I did. K-bar. Yeah, I did it. So the note to it is 3706. Wow. It's a very long note. Anyway, we shall go all the same. 3706. We now come to the subject of position of the consorts of purity, into brackets, aswajul mutaharat. Aswaj mutaharat. This is spelled in italics because it's Arabic word spelled in English, and that's in brackets. So let me start again. We now come to the subject of the position of the consorts of purity, the wives of the Holy Prophet, full stop. Their position was not like that of the ordinary women. Their position was not that of ordinary women or ordinary wives. They had a special position, even up till today. Full stop. They had special duties and responsibilities, full stop. The only youthful marriage of the Holy Prophet was his first marriage. Youthful, mark the word youthful, was his first marriage, dash. That with Hadijah, the best of women and the best of wives. Wow. Oh yeah, I'm laughing, but it's a serious matter. He's the best of women because he's the one who married the best of prophets. The best of women and the best of wives. He married her 15 years before he received his call to prophethood. That's wonderful. Did you know that? Comma, before he, semicolon, before he received his call to prophethood, semicolon. Their married life lasted for 25 years, and their mutual devotion was of the noblest, comma, judged by spiritual as well as social standards. Full stop. During her life, he had he had no other wife. So that is one man, one wife for you there for the Christians. Uh, one man, one wife. Uh, he had no other wife, which was unusual for a man of this of his standing among his people. Full stop. When she died, she was 50 years. When she died, she was 50 years. And but for two conditions, he would probably never have married again, as he was most as he was most abstemious. No, as he was most abstemious. Abstemious is spelled Abstemious, as he was most abstemious in his physical life. Full stop. The two considerations which governed the two considerations which governed his later marriage were, my eyes are beginning watering. Oh my God. My eyes are beginning welling with fluid. Uh, the two considerations which governed his later marriages were one, compassion and clemency, as when he wanted to provide for suffering widows who could not be provided for in any other way, who could not be provided for in other way in that stage of society. Semicolon. This is a lesson for people who said Muhammad was a womanizer. We are told that he wouldn't even have married, but it's due to clemency for pure reasons that he married again. Chobo. Okay. Stage of society. Semicolon. Some of them, like Sauda, some of them, like Sauda, had issue by their former marriage requiring protection. So he married Sauda particularly for protection. Oh, where is it? I've missed it. Uh-huh. Uh, for he, like Sauda had issue by their former marriage requiring protection. Yes, 2.2, help in his duties of leadership with women who had to be instructed and kept together in the large Muslim family. In the large Muslim family, where women and men had similar social rights. Have you heard? Similar social rights. Full stop. Hadrat Aisha, daughter of Hadrat Abu Bakr, was clever and learned, and in Hadith, she is an important authority on the life of the Prophet. Full stop. Hadrat Zainab, daughter of Huzaima, was specially devoted to the poor. She was called the mother of the poor. Full stop. The other Zainab, daughter of Jash, also worked for the poor for whom she provided from the proceeds of her manual work, as she was skilled in leather work. The other Zainab. I see. I thought the other Zainab came before the prophet, but I never thought that it was in the time of the prophet. Anyway, so let's take note of it. The other Zainab, daughter of Jash, also worked for the poor, for whom she provided from the proceeds of her manual work, as she was skillful in leather work. Full stop. But all the consorts in their high position had to work and assist as mothers of the Ummat. Full stop. The Ummat means people, uh, Muslim family or Muslim society of the Ummat. Full stop. Theirs were not idle lives. Theirs were not idle lives like those of Udalis, like those of Udalisks. Udalis is spelled or let's say orderlies. Like orderlies is spelled capital ODALISQUES, orderlies. So theirs were not idle lives like those of orderlies, either for their own pleasure or for the pleasure of their husband. Full stop. They are told here that they had no place in the sacred household if they merely wished for ease or worldly glitter. If their aim is to have luxury and the good things of life, then they are aimless. They are considered aimless, full stop, and well glitter, full stop. If such were the case, they could be divorced and amply provided for. And that's note 3706. An elaborate explanation of the prophet's marriage, why he married once and why he had to marry again against his actual will. Let's go now to the next sign, which is sign 29. Wa in kuntunna turina, wa in kuntuna, wa in kuntunna turidna Allah wa rasuluhu wa adar al-ahirati, wa adar al-ahirati, fa inna Allah a'adada, fa inna Allah فإن الله أعطى للمحسنين من كنا للمحسنين من كنا أجر عظيما أجر عظيما. Uh, but if you seek God and His messenger and the home of the hereafter Adar al-Ahirati, verily God has prepared for the well-doers, hyphenated well-doers amongst you, a great reward. Ajran, Ajran Aziman, great reward. Hmm? Let's see how many notes there is to it. No, just one, I think, just one. And it is note 3707, 3707. Hmm? Well-doers, Muhsinina, among them, well-doers, 3707. Um, they were all well-doers. All his wives were well-doers. It's been explained already. He took them to help people, to help the Muslim Ummah. So the commentators tells us they were all well-doers, full stop. But being in their exalted positions, they had extra responsibility and they had to be specially careful to discharge it, full stop. In the same way, their reward would be great. Great is in double inverted commas. Their reward would be great, comma, for higher services bring higher spiritual satisfaction, though they were asked to deny themselves some of the ordinary indulgences of this life, like too much adornment, wearing bangles, and they don't have time for that, or they didn't have time for that. They shouldn't have time for that. That's what this Quran is telling us. Hmm? All right, let's go to the next sign, which is sign 30. Hmm? Ya nisa annabi man yati minkum man yati minkunna bifahishatin bifahishatan mubainatin yudaifu laha azab da'faini, yudafihu laha azaba da'faini, a warning to them. O consorts of the prophet, if any of you were guilty of seeming evident and seeming conduct, fashai, of evident and seeming conduct, the punishment would be doubled to her, and that is easy for God. But wazalika ala Allahi yasirun. So if any of the prophets commits lewdness, her punishment will be double of that will be given to other females. A very clear warning to them. It's not easy to be a prophet's wife. All right, the note to read is 3708. 3708. Evident and seeming conduct. Evident and seeming conduct. Bifashai mubi natin. Fashai mubi natin. Fashai mubi natin. Evident and, and seemly. Evident and seemly conduct. Pardon me if I didn't call it well. Evident and seemly conduct, i.e., proved misconduct, mubin, proved misconduct, as opposed to false slanders from enemies. So you see, the prophets had enemies, their wives also had enemies. This is the suggestion here. Mm. Uh, as opposed to false slanders from enemies, full stop. Such slanders were of no account, but in any of them But if any of them had behaved in an unseemly manner, it would have been a worse offense than in the case of ordinary women. Because they are to give examples. Ordinary women were to look at them, to emulate them. They were role models. So if they had themselves committed an offense, of course, they will get double punishment. Mm. Uh, Ordinary women, on account of their special position, full stop. Of course, some of them were in the least guilty, some of the wives, because they were not proper wives. The proper wife was Hadijah, who was pure. For the others, he married them for convenience as a prophet to help them. Mm. So, of course, we are told here that some of them were in the least guilty. Sorry, and of course, none of them, oh, sorry, he said none of them were in the least guilty. Pardon me. None of them were in the least guilty, of course. So let me change my comment. Because they were prophet's wife, for whatever reason, they conducted themselves in the best of way. So none of them were in the least guilty. Pardon me, viewers. That's note 3708. The second note to read, the second note to read, and that's 3709. Zalika yasirun lie. Very easy for God. 3709. 3709. We are told to compare chapter 33, sign 19, and note 3692. Full stop. The punishment in this life for a married woman's unchastity is very severe. Column. For fornication, public flogging with 100 stripes under chapter 26, sign 2. Or for lewdness, see chapter 4, sign 15. 4 is IV. 27 is, no, 24 rather. The other one, 24, XXIV, 24, sign 2. Pardon me. Uh, and for lewdness, punishment. For lewdness, we are asked to see chapter 4, sign 15. Or stoning to death for adultery, according to certain precedents established in canon law. Established in canon law. Full stop. But here, the question is not about this kind of punishment or this kind of offense. Full stop. Even minor indiscretions in the case of women who were patterns of decorum would have been reprehensible, semicolon. And the punishment in the hereafter is on a higher plane, which we can scarcely understand. And that's note 3709 to second sign to sign 30. Let's go to sign 31. Uh, Woman yuktip, woman yak nub, woman yak nub, minkum lillahi wa rasulihi wa ta'mal salihan notiha ajruha marataini. Evil, for doing evil, you get double punishment. For doing good, you get double punishment. maratene. Anyway, let's go. But any of you that is devout in the service of God and his messenger and works righteousness, to her shall we grant her reward twice maratene. Mm. Uh, that's no. وأعتدنا لها رزقا كريما وأعتدنا لها رزقا كريما. So after double uh, reward, and we have prepared for her a generous sustenance. We have prepared for her a generous sustenance. We have two notes there, and that is 10 and 11. 3710 twice. It's against twice rise or double reward. 3710. 3710 twice, i.e., once as a righteous woman and again as a mother of the believers. Comma, serving the believing women and thus showing the devotion to God and his apostle. And who is God and his apostle? Who is that apostle? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. God and his apostle, full stop. Now, 3711, the second note to sign, 31. 3711, sustenance, in italics, to be explained here. All that is necessary to sustain her in happiness and in her future life. It's no different from the other definitions of sustenance. Or the definitions for other people. So sustenance, all that is necessary to sustain her in happiness and in her future life. And that's no 3711 to sign 31. Now let's go to sign 32. Uh, Ya Nisa Nabi, Ya Nisa Nabi, ka Ya Nisa Nabi, lestunna, lestunna ka hadin. لستن كأحد من نسائي. Let me take it again. يا نساء النبي لستن ك يا نبي لستن يا نبي يا نساء النبي لستن كأحد من نسائي. Oh, consorts of the wife. These children have misled me. Oh, consorts of the prophet. Ya Nisa in Nabiya. Oh, consorts of the prophet. Ye are not like any of the women. There is a word there which I have omitted in brackets. Ye are not like the other women. Other is in brackets. Lestunna, lestunna ka aden min nisa'i. Intakaytunna, intakaytunna fala tahdu'unna بالقول فيطمع الذي في قلوبه مرض. If ye do fear God, in tata in takayetunna, if you do fear God, God is in brackets because it's not there. It's in the Arabic side. It's just if you do fear, but here we have into brackets God. If you do fear, you be not too complacent of speech. Do not too complacent in speech. Fala tahda'unna bil qawli. Do not be too complacent of speech, lest one in whose heart is a disease should be removed with desire. Lest one in whose heart is a disease should be removed with desire. فيطمع الذي في قلوبه مرضا. Mm. But speak ye a speech just. But speak ye a speech that is just. That is in brackets. So without the brackets, it reads, but speak ye a speech that is just. وَقُلْ قَوْلًا مَعْرُوفًا. وَقُلْ قَوْلًا مَعْرُوفًا. Just. We've done it a number of times. Ma'rufan. Let's go to the note. And the note is, no, we have two notes rather. 3712 and then 3717. 3712 and 3717. 3712 is against other women. Mhm. The prophets of the wives of the prophets are, of course, different in character, should be different in character from other women. So let's go to 3712. This is the core of the whole passage, full stop. The prophet's consorts were not like ordinary women, nor was their marriage an ordinary marriage in which only personal or social considerations enter. Full stop. They had a special position and special responsibilities in the matter of guiding and instructing women who came into the fold of Islam. Full stop. Islam is a way of life, and the Muslims are a family. Ummat are a family. Colon. Women have as much place in Islam as men, and other intimate instruction must obviously be thorough, must obviously be through women. I'm reading it as thorough. Must obviously be through women. Hey, old man. All right. Let's go to the next note, which is 3713. Second note to sign 32. Second note. وَكَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتَكُمْ. وَكَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُمْ, not بُيُوتَكُمْ. وَكَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُمْ. فِي بُيُوتِكُمْ. Hunna is for women anyway, in your houses. وَكَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُمْ وَلَا تَبَرَّجُنَّ. وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ. وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ. وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ تَبْرُوجَ الجاهلين. تبرج أو تبرج الجاهلين الأولى. الجاهلين أولى. Former ignorant people. جاهلين أولى. Okay, let's go. And stay quietly in your homes. وَكَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ. That's stay quietly in your houses. Stay quietly in your houses. And make not a dazzling display. وَلَا تَبَرَّجْ. وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَا. تَبْرَجَ الجاهلين الأولى. جاهلينا. جاهلية. جاهلية أولى. And make not a dazzling display, a dazzling display like that of the former times of ignorance. Ignorance. Wala tabarrajna. Tabarruja. Tabarruja. That's dazzling display, like the former, like that of the times of ignorance. Jahilin al-ula, ula, former. Wa akim salawata. Oh, sorry, wa akimna. It's dealing with women. Na. Wa akimna asalawata. Wa atayna azakawata. Wa ati'na Allahu wa rasuluhu. And establish regular prayers, akimna salawata, and give zakat, atayna zakawata, wa atina zakawata, and obey God and His messenger. Wa وأطيعنا وأطيعنا الله ورسوله. إنما يريد إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت أهل البيت. Mm. And God only wishes, you read, mm, you read, yes, you read too. And God only wishes to remove all abomination from you, arisa, abomination from you. Abomination is arisa, from you, ankum. Ahlul Bayt, from you, ye members of family, you members of the family, ye members of the family, Ahlul Bayt, وَيَطَهِّرُنَّ وَيَطَهِّرَكُمْ tathiran, make you pure, holy, and make ye pure and spotless. Yes, I said pure, holy, and make you pure and spotless, tathiran, spotless, yet harina, sorry, yutahirakum, make you pure and spotless. We have two notes to read. No, we have one note. No, there are two notes. 3714 and 15. 3714 and 15. 14. Obedience to God's law sums up all duties. Full stop. Regular prayer, into brackets, seeking nearness to God, and regular charity, into brackets, doing good to fellow creatures, are mentioned as special features of our religion. Full stop. The next note, 3715, to the same sign. To the same sign, 33. Uh, Ahal Ahl al Bayt, house, Ahl al Bayt, i.e., the household of the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, SAS. mm, The household of the Prophet, SAS in brackets, which includes his wives, as well as his daughters, as well as his daughter Fatima, his son-in-law Ali, and his grandsons Hassan and Hussein, generally in accordance with the narrative of the Salama, the narrative of the Salama. Let's go to the next sign. Let's go to the next sign, which is sign 34. Sign 34, which happens to the last sign to section 4. Let's go fast. وَإِسْكُرُنَّ مَا يَتْلَى وَإِسْكُرُنَّ في بيوتكم في بيوتكن. Pardon me. وَإِسْكُرُنَّ مَا يُتْلَى في بيوتكن من آيات الله. And recite what is rehearsed to you in your homes of the signs of God and his wisdom. من آيات الله وحكمه إن الله كان لطيفا خبيرا إن الله كان لطيفا خبيرا. For God is all subtle, all aware, خبيرا, all aware. We now go to the note to read. Two notes, 3716, 3717. 3716 first. The verb is uskurna, feminine gender, feminine gender, as referring to aswaj again, aswaj, wives, referring to aswaj in italics again, full stop. It means not only remember, but recite, yutla, but recite, teach, make known. I love that, but recite, teach, make known, publish the message which ye learn at home from the holy prophet. So women at home are just not to sit like that. They must be learning. They must be reciting the Quran. Mm. Learn at home from the holy prophet, the fountain of spiritual knowledge. The fountain of spiritual knowledge. Full stop. The signs of God, and this is in double inverted commas, the signs of God refer specially to the verses of the Quran. And you see why I use sign. I don't use verb any longer. I use sign. So the commentator now is telling us, the maker of the notes, if you like, is now telling us signs of God refer specially to the verses in the Quran, comma, and wisdom to the resulting instruction derived therefrom, and wisdom to the resulting instruction derived therefrom. And that's the 3716 to sign 34. We now go to the second sign, which is 3717. Next sign, 3717. We are told to compare chapter 22, sign 63, and note 2844, full stop. God's understanding is perfect in every detail, however minute. I nearly said, however minute. Okay. God's uh, understanding is perfect in every detail, however minute. Therefore, use his revelation for every phase of life. Sure, well, we must use God's revelation for every phase of our life. You're doing anything. If you've read the Quran, remember, does the Quran support it? Does it not support it? Or what does the Quran say? If you are not aware, ask, or if you don't know, ask, and you'll be told. Thank you very much. Ilalakai, Baba, Uruwa. May God be with you all. We shall come back, God willing, in our next episode to begin section 5, which starts with sign 37. Thank you very much. Ilalakai, Baba, Uruwa. May God be with you all till we meet again.